Have you ever looked into the eyes of your parents or your grandparents and suddenly wondered, are they really okay? Am I missing something? Something I should have noticed a long time ago? We're all busy. Life pulls us in 100 different directions. And sometimes we only realize what truly matters when time no longer gives us a second chance. The truth is, death rarely comes out of nowhere. Before an elderly loved one leaves this world, their body often sends quiet but clear warnings, signs that the final chapter of life may be approaching. The problem is, most of us don't know what to look for, or we see the signs, but don't understand what they really mean. And then, when it's too late, we're left with the question, if only I had noticed sooner. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 silent signs that often show up in the last 12 months of an elderly person's life. If you still have your parents or grandparents, or you're caring for someone in their later years, please take a few minutes to watch this video, because sometimes just a little understanding at the right moment can change how you show up for someone you love before time runs out and there's no way to turn back. I know, this isn't an easy topic to talk about, but real care doesn't always come in the form of questions like, are you okay? Sometimes, it's in noticing the little changes, the quiet ones, the ones most people overlook. So if you're ready, let's take a look at the first sign. A sign many families have seen before, but never realized it was a warning of what was to come. Sign 1. Unexplained weight loss, when the body quietly starts to retreat. Have you noticed your parents' clothes fitting looser lately? That shirt that used to fit just right now hangs off the shoulders. Their old pants suddenly need the belt tightened a few more notches. And meals? They're barely eating. They sit at the table, look at the food, and after a few bites, push the plate away. And when you ask, why aren't you eating more, Dad? He just smiles gently and says, I'm not hungry. It just doesn't taste like anything anymore. It sounds harmless because we all think, well, older people just eat less, right? But the truth can be far more serious. Unintentional weight loss isn't just about food. It's a sign that the body is struggling to absorb nutrients. Muscle mass begins to quietly waste away. Fat reserves, the last source of energy, start disappearing too. The immune system weakens. The body's ability to fight illness fades. And like an old machine winding down, their body is slowly stepping back, without anyone really noticing. You might try everything, cooking tastier meals, buying nutritional drinks, encouraging every bite of porridge, every sip of milk. But if the weight still keeps dropping, you have to understand, this isn't just about appetite. It's the body's quiet way of saying, life force is leaving, and this is when your approach needs to shift. Not pushing for more food, not forcing every spoonful, but instead, making every meal light, peaceful, and filled with love. Serve the dishes they still enjoy. Set the table neatly, make the space warm. Sit with them, don't rush. Let the meal be a moment of connection, not a nutrition battle. Because what they need most right now isn't calories, it's comfort, peace, and love during the time they have left. Sign 2. Constant fatigue, not laziness, but exhaustion from within. Have you noticed your parent or grandparent sleeping more than usual? They don't seem eager to go outside anymore. Even simple conversations start to fade. They sit quietly, maybe respond with a few words, then drift back into that slow, steady tiredness. And maybe you've thought, are they just being lazy? Maybe they're feeling down. That's why they don't want to talk? But it's not that simple. This isn't laziness. It's a sign that the body is entering its final energy-saving mode. The heart no longer pumps with the same strength. The lungs aren't exchanging enough oxygen. Nerves and muscles are operating on bare minimum. The body instinctively is cutting off energy to things it no longer deems essential. So even the simplest tasks, getting dressed, walking a few steps, sitting upright, can feel like a silent struggle. At this stage, the goal isn't to push them to get up more or stay active. It's to understand their true limits and create a calm space where they can rest without feeling like a burden. Maybe it's a soft chair by the window, A small, timely meal, a gentle hand to hold, a soft glance that says, "I understand, and I'm here." Don't pressure them to bounce back, because sometimes quiet companionship is the most healing medicine in the final chapter of life. If these insights have resonated with you, leave a comment with the number 2 below. That way, I'll know you're walking this journey with me. Or share this video with someone caring for an aging loved one, so they know they're not alone. And if you'd like to stay connected for more meaningful moments like this, click subscribe so we can keep walking this road together. Sign 3. Subtle confusion, when the mind begins to fade. Have you ever noticed your loved one start to forget things they never used to forget? One day, your mom's cooking and forgets to turn off the stove. Your dad calls his grandchild by the wrong name, the same child he used to carry every afternoon. Or maybe they ask you something, then just minutes later, ask it again, like they never heard your answer. And in that moment, you freeze. Your heart sinks. Because this isn't just getting old. This is the first sign that blood flow to the brain is slowing. And the mind, once sharp and full of clarity, is now beginning to dim, like the last light of a sunset. This cognitive decline doesn't happen all at once. It's slow, quiet, and it slowly disconnects them from the present. You might notice they don't call as often. They say less during family dinners. And sometimes, they just sit silently, staring into space. Not sad, not happy, just slowly drifting away from the world around them. What they need now isn't constant correction. It's not, "Why do you keep forgetting, Dad?" What they need is your presence. You don't need to say much. Just sit with them, hold their hand, let them feel. Someone's still here. Someone still loves them. Slow down. Walk with them in this moment, however short that moment may be. Because memory may fade, but love, comfort, and connection, if offered gently, can remain in their hearts for a very long time. Sign 4. Frequent infections, when the immune system is no longer a shield. Have you ever seen your loved one come down with a light cough, but it just won't go away? A mild fever that keeps coming back for days? Painful urination, skin rashes, small irritations, little things, but they linger. They don't heal. This isn't just bad weather or a weak immune system. It's something deeper. It's when the immune system, that once strong shield, starts to crack and wear down. When we're young, a cold comes and goes in a few days. But as the body ages and the immune defenses weaken, even the most common bacteria can become a threat. A small cut takes weeks to heal. A minor UTI can travel up to the kidneys. A bit of lung congestion can quickly spiral into exhaustion. And slowly, day by day, you see them getting weaker, not loudly but clearly. At this point, instead of scrambling to treat each symptom separately, it's time to go back to the basics. Keep them clean, keep them warm, keep their spirits up, help them drink enough water, wash their hands the right way, change into clean clothes, care for every little thing, from dressing a wound to gently wiping their face with a warm towel. But most of all, let them feel your care. Because when the immune system can no longer protect them, the only thing left to hold them up is love. A soft check-in, a warm cup of tea at just the right moment, a simple touch on the hand that says, "You're not alone. I'm right here." If you recognize your loved one in these signs, leave a comment below to let me know. I read each and every one, because this journey, we don't have to walk it alone. And if these messages speak to you, hit like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next in this series of gentle, life-affirming stories. Sign 5. Changes in breathing and circulation, the final signal. Have you noticed your loved one breathing more slowly? Not the deep, steady breaths from before, but shallow, gentle breaths, sometimes with long pauses between them. Have you seen their hands or feet turn cool to the touch? Their lips becoming pale or bluish, their face looking a little more drawn or gray. These are not just signs of weakness. They're signs of the body beginning to shut down its circulation. The blood is no longer reaching the hands and feet, because what little energy is left is being sent to the heart and brain, the two organs the body protects to the very end. This isn't just decline. It's a natural, peaceful process, a quiet transition, as the final stage of life gently approaches. At this point, there's no need to search for more medications or treatments. What they need most now is peace, a warm room without noise, a soft blanket laid gently across their body, a familiar voice, telling stories, whispering love, or just sitting quietly nearby. Sometimes that's all they need. Not more fighting, not more trying, just to be held and to know they're still loved, that they're not alone on this last stretch of the journey. And when those final breaths slow, when the body begins to release moment by moment, your love, your quiet presence, becomes the most precious gift you can offer. Because this journey, no matter how hard it gets, is never truly lonely if you walk it with your whole heart. And now, before we end this video, let's pause for a moment to remember the most important thing we can do for the people we love. Because this, right now, is a precious time to slow down, to savor every family meal, even the simplest ones, to say the words of love while there's still time to say them. Don't wait until the room is quiet and all that's left are silent tears and unfinished goodbyes. If this video meant something to you, please share it with anyone who's caring for an aging parent or grandparent, because recognizing these signs early gives us the chance to prepare, not just practically but emotionally, and most of all, to gain more precious time for the one thing that truly matters, to walk with them in love until the very end. If you've made it this far, I invite you to leave a comment. I'm listening, and I will love more. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos about health, aging, and the journey of love and care we're all on together. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you're blessed with many priceless moments and no regrets with the ones you love most.